It may sound almost unbelievable, but within the heart of the Amazon rainforest, the Urani tribe exists in a world where the boundary between nature and daily life is virtually indistinguishable. For these people, every aspect of their existence is deeply intertwined with the natural environment surrounding them, and their routines, traditions, and survival strategies are all woven into the fabric of the wilderness. Each day, the tribe members come together in communal gatherings to share a meal centered around a staple food, monkey meat. This dish is not merely a source of nourishment but holds profound cultural significance, embodying age-old traditions passed down through countless generations. It is also vital for their survival, providing essential nutrients in a landscape where resources are scarce and must be obtained through skillful hunting and gathering. In this remote corner of the world, far removed from the modern comforts and conveniences of urban civilization, the women of the Urani tribe display their unique sense of beauty and identity through their attire. They fashion bikinis woven meticulously from the lush foliage of the rainforest, transforming the dense greenery into a living wardrobe. These garments are crafted with great skill, blending seamlessly with the environment while also serving as a symbol of their cultural expression. Additionally, Urani women take pride in adorning themselves with large, eye-catching earrings, which serve as a powerful symbol of beauty and status within their community. The size of these earrings is not arbitrary. In fact, the larger the earrings, the more desirable and esteemed the woman is considered by her peers. This tradition underscores the importance of adornment and symbolism in their society, where physical appearance and cultural markers are intertwined. What makes the Urani tribe even more fascinating is a remarkable physical trait shared by many of its members. They are often born with 6 toes on each foot. This intriguing characteristic piques the curiosity of anyone learning about their customs and biology. Stay with us, and you will find yourself immersed in the extraordinary world of the Urani, a world filled with secrets and traditions that almost no outsiders have ever glimpsed. Here, there are no bustling cities, no smartphones, and no modern electricity, only the dense, verdant canopy of the Amazon jungle, alive with the vibrant sounds of exotic birds and countless forms of wildlife. Welcome to the secluded realm of the Urani tribe, a people living far from the reach of modern civilization, in the heart of Ecuador's lush forests. While other tribes in different parts of the world have their own distinctive dress codes, such as the Himba of Namibia, known for their simple clothing fashioned from animal skins, the Urani and their neighbors follow vastly different traditions. For instance, the Turani tribe, also residing deep within the jungle, wear a natural bikini made entirely from leaves and plant fibers, exemplifying their harmonious relationship with nature. Men, women, and children all don a simple yet meaningful garment called a komi cord, which they tie securely around their bodies. For men, the komi is much more than just clothing. It is a potent symbol of strength, masculinity, and dominance, representing their status and personal power. Women and children also wear the same cord, but their versions are thinner, more modest, and less imposing. As girls grow older and begin to wear the komi, they start covering themselves with leaves, creating a striking visual image that reflects their deep bond with the natural world. This tradition of living in harmony with nature, donning what the environment provides, highlights their profound respect for the land and the customs handed down through countless generations. Now, consider whether you would have the courage to wear a leaf bikini in public, just like the rain do. Would you dare to embrace such a natural and unadorned way of life? Share your thoughts in the comments and reflect on how different cultures express beauty and identity through their clothing and traditions. In addition to their unique dress and customs, the Urani tribe exemplifies an extraordinary adaptation to their environment through their physical features. Their lifestyle, which involves an intense and ongoing tradition of climbing tall trees, an essential skill for survival in the dense jungle, has shaped their bodies over many generations. Their lives are centered around climbing, hunting, and gathering, with their diet primarily consisting of monkeys and other small jungle animals. They employ primitive but highly effective weapons, such as spears and blowguns, to hunt their prey efficiently in the challenging environment. The harsh living conditions, combined with limited genetic diversity and the physical demands of constant climbing, have led many tribe members to develop flat feet, a trait that may seem unusual but is a clear adaptation to their lifestyle. Even more astonishing is the fact that some Uvani are born with 6 toes on each foot, and all these extra toes are fully functional, aiding them in their arboreal pursuits. Interestingly, the shape and structure of these feet change as individuals grow older. Babies are born with straight toes, but as they mature and spend more time climbing, their feet adapt accordingly. Over time, the toes become broader and flatter, better suited to gripping branches and supporting their weight during arduous climbs. Have you ever pondered what it truly means to live in complete harmony with the natural world around us? To be so deeply connected to the environment that the boundaries between humanity and nature blur into one seamless existence. Somewhere deep within the vast and mysterious Amazon rainforest, the Waorani tribe embodies this profound unity. Their way of life is so intricately woven into the fabric of the forest that it becomes almost impossible to distinguish where the jungle ends and where they begin. These people lead a semi-nomadic existence, constantly moving with the changing seasons, tracking the ripening of fruits and the migrations of animals, all guided by an innate understanding of their environment. The Waorani possess an extraordinary instinct, allowing them to predict when the rains will arrive and transform the forest landscape, or where to find the best sources of food at any given moment. Their knowledge of the jungle's rhythms and cycles is so refined that it resembles a natural sixth sense. For them, the jungle is not simply a place to live, it is a sacred, living entity that demands respect and reverence. To the Waorani, each creature and plant has its own significance, its own purpose, and their relationship with them is rooted in a deep spiritual understanding. Their knowledge of plants is nothing short of remarkable. What might appear to outsiders as just a wall of green foliage is, to the Waorani, a vast, living library filled with ancient wisdom. Every leaf, root, and bark is recognized for its unique purpose, whether it's used as medicine, food, or a tool. When someone in the tribe sustains an injury, their instinctive knowledge guides them to find specific leaves that act as natural bandages, providing healing remedies far more effective than many modern pharmaceuticals. For digestive issues, they turn to natural solutions that have been passed down through countless generations. This way of living is about more than mere survival. It is an expression of a spiritual bond with nature, a tradition rooted in healing, reverence, and deep cultural significance. Their practices embody a holistic relationship where medicine, spirituality, and respect for the environment are intertwined. Mitch Anderson, the founder of Amazon Frontlines, has dedicated many years to working alongside the Putafrani people, witnessing firsthand the incredible depth of their botanical knowledge and traditional wisdom. He recalls how, in the early days, the women of the tribe could identify numerous medicinal plants in mere seconds, an impressive feat that would take botanists years of study to master. Their ability to recognize and utilize plants for healing purposes is a testament to a centuries-old tradition of understanding the forest's secrets. Another insightful observer, Joe Kane, wrote extensively about his experiences with the Waorani in his book titled Savages. He marvels at their skill in finding food and moving effortlessly through the dense jungle terrain. Using only simple tools, these expert wound hunters navigate the wild with remarkable ease, guided by an intimate knowledge of animal behaviors and the natural rhythms of the rainforest. Their capacity to seemingly disappear into the environment is the fruit of centuries of experience, an enduring harmony with nature that has allowed them to survive and thrive in one of the world's most challenging ecosystems. Remember how we previously discussed the idea of sharing meals with the monkeys? Are you curious about how they prepare these animals and what unfolds during these communal feasts? Get ready, because I will soon share fascinating details about these traditions. But before that, I have a small favor to ask. If you find this journey into the Amazon and the wisdom of the Waorani tribe intriguing, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. This way, you won't miss out on new videos filled with extraordinary stories from around the globe. Agreed? Now, let's return to their remarkable skills as master foragers in the lush, picturesque Amazon jungle. Among their main sources of sustenance are monkeys, a rich source of protein that has been gathered using ancient hunting techniques passed down through countless generations. However, for the Waorani, foraging transcends the simple act of survival. It is a deeply rooted philosophy. They do not see animals merely as prey but regard them as spiritual companions and integral parts of the natural cycle. After each hunt, the tribe gathers to celebrate this sacred moment, sharing a special meal that honors the life taken and reinforces their bond with the forest. Their cooking methods are simple yet highly effective, designed to preserve the natural flavors and nutritional content of the food. The result is a collection of dishes characterized by rich, authentic tastes, food that is both nourishing and satisfying. But these meals are far more than just sustenance. They are woven into the fabric of their spiritual and cultural rituals. Often, they are associated with important holidays and ceremonies, during which the tribe offers thanks to the forest for its bounty and reaffirms its connection to the natural world. The Waorani believe that consuming these animals not only provides physical strength but also grants clarity of mind, helping them to live in harmony with the wildlife that surrounds them. This deep respect and understanding of nature form the foundation of their way of life, one that seamlessly blends throughout the world. Similar core values and social practices can be observed among various indigenous tribes and communities. For instance, in the remote regions of Tanzania, there exists the Hadza tribe, renowned as one of the last remaining true hunter-gatherer peoples on the planet. Their nomadic lifestyle, characterized by constant movement across the savannas and forests, exemplifies a profound connection to nature and a way of life that has persisted for countless generations. When it comes to hunting, the Hadza men display remarkable skill, especially in the pursuit of game such as monkeys, which are considered a rare and prized delicacy in their diet. Curious about how they prepare this unusual dish? Prepare to be intrigued, as the methods they employ are unlike anything you have likely seen before. We invite you to explore our exclusive video presentation titled Monkey Feast and Life with Multiple Wives Among the Hadza Tribe, which offers a captivating glimpse into their extraordinary way of life. With just a single click, you will be transported into a world filled with wonder, revealing traditions and practices deeply rooted in their ancient culture. Moving to a different part of the world, the cultural attitudes toward relationships and sexuality among the Iranian tribes differ significantly from those prevalent in most Western societies. In their traditional worldview, intimacy is regarded as a natural, open aspect of daily life, free from the rigid taboos and prohibitions that often dominate modern Western norms. Here, sexual relationships are not only accepted but are also understood to be a personal choice that does not necessarily need to lead to marriage. Both women and men are granted the freedom to explore romantic connections and form relationships prior to tying the knot, emphasizing individual autonomy and personal development. Nevertheless, marriage remains a highly respected institution, regarded as a sacred and enduring union built on trust and fidelity. This delicate balance between freedom and reverence for marriage underscores a fundamental aspect of their social fabric. While premarital exploration is permitted, crossing certain boundaries, such as infidelity or disrespect, can create tension and threaten harmony within relationships. Central to their worldview is the focus on procreation and the continuity of family lines, which are seen as vital for the survival and prosperity of their community. Children are not merely sources of joy or personal fulfillment. They embody the future of the tribe, representing pride and the foundation upon which the community's legacy is built. Unlike many modern societies where individual ambitions or career pursuits often take precedence, the Waorani tribe considers raising children to be the ultimate purpose of life. Parenthood is regarded as a vital goal, a duty that sustains the community and ensures its resilience. Do you think that such an open, community-centered perspective on relationships and family could be adopted or thrive within our own societies? Or does it seem too distant from the familiar models we are accustomed to? We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, as your perspective is valuable and of great interest to us. The Waorani tribe, known for their remarkably open attitude toward love and relationships, offers only a glimpse into their fascinating and complex traditions. Their marriage customs and family roles are deeply embedded in their way of life, revealing a society with a rich cultural fabric. Traditionally, marriages among the Waorani are arranged within their extended family networks, often between cousins or close relatives. Such unions serve to maintain and strengthen the bonds between different clans, helping to uphold the social cohesion that is vital for their communal survival. In certain Waorani communities, Polygamy is practiced, with men sometimes having several wives. Although this practice is not universally observed across all Urari groups, it often fulfills practical purposes that are crucial in their environment. For example, having multiple wives can mean more hands to gather food, care for children, and manage household affairs, which are especially important in the challenging conditions of the Amazon rainforest. In this environment, sharing responsibilities is not merely a matter of tradition but a necessity for survival. Raising children is a collective effort, with elders, aunts, uncles, and cousins all actively involved in nurturing the next generation. These extended family members play a key role in passing down essential forest survival skills, ensuring that vital knowledge and customs are preserved through generations. For the Urari, family extends beyond a mere social unit. It functions as their backbone, their classroom, and their strategic advantage in the relentless jungle environment. Their way of life demonstrates a profound understanding that unity, shared effort, and cultural continuity are essential for thriving in the heart of the Amazon. Here, in this lush, untouched wilderness, the Urari people sustain a unique, captivating way of life that continues to fascinate and inspire those who seek to understand their world. Women hold a central and revered role in the traditional preparation of a special beverage known as chicha, a fermented drink that holds profound significance in their daily lives and cultural practices. This beverage is crafted from cassava, a starchy root vegetable that is widely cultivated in the region, and it embodies more than just nourishment. It's woven into the very fabric of community and tradition. The process of making chicha is both unique and labor-intensive, involving a series of carefully performed steps that highlight the skill and cultural knowledge passed down through generations. To begin, the cassava roots are meticulously peeled, removing their rough outer skin to reveal the smooth, edible interior. These roots are then boiled until tender, softening the dense flesh and preparing it for the next stage. What makes the preparation of chicha particularly distinctive is the involvement of women in a process that may seem unusual to outsiders. After boiling, the cassava is chewed by women, an act that might appear strange or even unorthodox from an external perspective. Yet, this chewing is a deliberate and vital step. It initiates the breakdown of the complex starches within the root. By masticating the boiled cassava, the women introduce enzymes from their saliva that begin to convert the starches into fermentable sugars. This natural enzymatic process triggers fermentation, gradually transforming the cassava into a mildly alcoholic beverage. The fermentation period is crucial in determining the strength of the chicha, and as a result, each batch can vary slightly in potency. The duration of fermentation is carefully monitored, but slight differences are inevitable, giving each batch its unique character. For the people of the Vorani community, chicha is far more than a simple drink. It is an essential element of social cohesion and communal identity. During celebrations, holidays, or important gatherings, sharing chicha becomes a ritual that fosters unity and strengthens bonds among community members. Drinking chicha is not merely about satisfying thirst. It is a profound act of cultural expression and a way to honor ancestors. With each sip, the drinker pays homage to those who came before, as well as to the land that provides the raw materials. The act of consuming chicha blurs the lines between celebration and tradition, transforming a simple beverage into a shared experience that reinforces cultural heritage and collective memory. This deep connection to tradition extends beyond the act of drinking. When the Vorani paint their bodies using natural dyes, their skin becomes a living canvas that tells stories of their history, beliefs, and relationship with the land. One of the most striking dyes used in their body art is derived from the akite plant, which produces a vivid and rich red hue. This bold coloration is far from accidental. It carries profound symbolism. In particular, the red pigment is associated with strength, power, and a spiritual connection to the ancestors, especially among the monitor lizards, creatures revered for their resilience and symbolic significance. The patterns and designs drawn on the body are more than mere decoration. Each one conveys a specific message or purpose. Whether preparing for a hunt, a battle, or a ceremonial event, the body paintings serve as visual signs that communicate emotional states, intentions, or societal roles. Every stroke, curl, and line is imbued with meaning, forming a language that encodes history, beliefs, and purpose. For the Rana people, body painting is not just a ritual but an integral part of life, an ongoing expression of identity and cultural continuity. In a world increasingly distant from nature and its primal rhythms, the tradition of body painting among the Vorain offers a rare glimpse into a more intimate relationship with the environment. It is an expression of harmony and closeness with the earth, a reminder of the deep-seated connection between humans and nature. When one observes these intricate patterns up close, it becomes clear that beneath their visual complexity lies a profound depth of meaning, stories, histories, and spiritual beliefs woven into every design. The allure of the exotic often resides in these unique details, elements that shape notions of beauty, identity, and cultural pride. For the Oran people of the Amazon rainforest, body modifications such as ear piercing and stretching are not merely fashion statements but vital expressions rooted in their cultural heritage. In a society where standards of beauty vary widely, the love of large earrings and elongated earlobes among women reflects ideals of attractiveness, social status, and tradition. Women have long adorned themselves with these striking jewelry pieces, often crafted from natural materials like wood, bone, or shells, to accentuate their femininity and beauty. The larger the earrings or the more stretched the earlobes, the more they symbolize beauty and social standing. This practice of ear stretching has been passed down through countless generations, serving as a visual marker of cultural identity, age, and personal achievement. It remains a proud tradition, preserving a vital link to their ancestors and cultural roots in a rapidly changing world. The process of enlarging the earlobes is a gradual journey that reflects more than just aesthetic preference. Over time, the ears are carefully stretched to accommodate larger and more elaborate pieces of jewelry, transforming the appearance of the wearer in a way that signifies deeper cultural meanings. Yet, this tradition is far from superficial. It functions as a powerful symbol of respect and homage to ancestors, embodying qualities and virtues that the Voran community holds in high regard. Whether it is a pair of large, circular hoops or simple wooden discs, these earrings serve as visual representations of the tribe's ideals of beauty and identity. They are a visual language that communicates cultural values, history, and spiritual beliefs. Interestingly, the practice of ear stretching is not exclusive to the Voran people. Similar customs can be found among various indigenous communities across the globe, each with their own unique motives, styles, and materials. For instance, the Maasai of Kenya adorn themselves with beads, creating intricate and colorful patterns that mark milestones or signify social status. Meanwhile, the Hmong people in Thailand craft their stretched ears using silver tubes, often decorated with symbolic engravings. Despite the differences in design, materials, and cultural context, the core symbolism remains consistent. Elongated ears stand as a mark of beauty, strength, and sometimes wisdom. These physical modifications serve as a testament to the wearer's resilience, maturity, and social standing within their respective societies. Turning to the Urari, their worldview extends beyond the tangible environment into a realm filled with spiritual significance. For the Urari, the forest is not merely a place for hunting and gathering sustenance. It is a vibrant, living universe teeming with spirits that animate every element: trees, rivers, animals, and even the wind. This spiritual perspective fundamentally shapes their daily life and cultural practices, as they believe that each aspect of nature possesses its own spirit, or alma, which imbues it with consciousness and purpose. Whether it is the flowing river, the rustling wind, the towering trees, or the majestic jaguars roaming the dense foliage, all are considered sentient beings that influence and interact with humans. This belief in the spiritual essence of nature informs the way the Urari engage with their environment. Gathering food, for example, transcends mere survival. It becomes a sacred act of exchange and respect with the spirits of animals and plants. The Urari show reverence to every creature they hunt, sometimes performing rituals to honor the life they take, recognizing the interconnectedness of all living things. Their worldview emphasizes harmony and balance. Man and nature are seen as parts of an interconnected whole, where mutual respect and understanding are essential for maintaining peace and prosperity. At the core of this spiritual harmony are the shamans, who hold a vital position within the Urari community. These spiritual leaders are not merely religious figures, they serve as healers, guides, and protectors. Shamans act as a bridge between the material world and the spiritual realm, wielding profound knowledge and authority rooted in their spiritual insights. Their role is crucial in maintaining the tribe's spiritual health, conducting rituals, and mediating between humans and the spirits that inhabit their world. In the Urari society, traditional roles assign men the primary responsibilities of hunting and gathering, tasks that demand skill, strength, and extensive experience. These activities are essential for the survival of the entire tribe, and they are carried out with great respect for tradition. However, it is equally important to recognize the significant roles played by women within the community. Women are responsible for gathering food, preparing meals, and caring for children, but their influence extends well beyond household duties. They actively participate in critical decision-making processes, discussing the distribution of resources, mediating conflicts, and contributing to the shaping of their village's future. This balanced social structure fosters a sense of justice, mutual respect, and order, ensuring the tribe's stability and ongoing prosperity. One of the most intriguing aspects of Urari culture is the approach to romantic relationships, especially regarding gender roles and courtship. Unlike many contemporary societies where men often take the lead in initiating romantic pursuits, Urarian women are empowered to make the first move. They openly express their interest and desire to deepen relationships, challenging Western notions that often place the initiative in male hands. This cultural trait reflects a more natural and uninhibited attitude toward love and sexuality, emphasizing equality and mutual desire. Such openness underscores a worldview where love is seen as a shared, spontaneous connection, free from rigid gender expectations. It highlights the Urari's unique perspective on human relationships, one rooted in authenticity, respect, and the recognition of individual agency in matters of the heart. Among the Waorani people, the act of childbirth is far more than a simple biological event. It is a profound communal celebration that reflects the very essence of their society's interconnectedness and shared values. Unlike the contemporary world, where hospitals, doctors, and medical procedures dominate the birthing process, the Waorani community embraces a tradition rooted in intimacy and collective support. Women give birth within their own homes, surrounded by close friends and fellow women of the community, creating an environment filled with warmth, familiarity, and mutual care. This practice underscores the deep bonds that tie women together in their society, emphasizing that motherhood and childbirth are not merely individual experiences but communal rites that reinforce their social fabric. Within this tradition, women who have accumulated experience and wisdom over the years often serve as midwives, playing a crucial role in guiding and supporting the expectant mother through her journey. These midwives are more than just caregivers. They are repositories of cultural knowledge, sharing insights, comforting words, and practical assistance drawn from generations of practice. The moment of a child's birth is regarded as a sacred occasion, one that involves the active participation of several women rather than being solely a personal or medical event. It becomes a collective act filled with love, care, and reverence, symbolizing the community's unwavering commitment to new life and continuity. Fertility holds a position of great importance within Waorani culture, representing not just a means of procreation but also a vital force that sustains the community's very existence. Expectant mothers adhere to specific diets, carefully chosen regimens of fruits, plants, and natural substances believed to enhance the health and vitality of both mother and child. These dietary practices reflect their profound connection to the natural world, which they see as a source of life and well-being. Their reliance on nature's bounty demonstrates their understanding that human life is intricately linked with the environment and that maintaining harmony with nature is essential for health and prosperity. The significance of fertility extends beyond individual families. It is intertwined with the survival of the entire community. Each newborn is seen as a vital contribution to the collective strength and resilience of the Waorani people. The birth of a child serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring bonds of support, kinship, and cultural continuity that underpin their way of life. It reaffirms their shared identity and the importance of nurturing new generations to carry forward their traditions and values. Despite the relentless tide of modernization and external influences, many Waorani individuals remain steadfast in their commitment to their ancestral customs. Their daily routines are deeply rooted in traditions passed down from ancestors, whether it is gathering food from the lush forests, hunting game, or maintaining a harmonious relationship with nature. These practices are not only crucial for their survival but also serve as vital expressions of their cultural identity, anchoring them amidst a rapidly changing world. However, the encroachment of modern technologies, formal education, and increased contact with tourists has begun to influence their lives in profound ways. For the older generations, these changes evoke concern and sometimes anxiety, as they worry that the younger generation might drift away from their traditional roots. While the elders endeavor to preserve their cultural heritage, the youth face the difficult task of balancing the respect for their ancestral customs with the allure of new opportunities presented by outside influences. External education introduces new ideas, languages, and perspectives that often challenge traditional values. For many young Waorani, this creates a sense of internal conflict, caught between the desire to embrace modernity and the need to honor their cultural heritage. Some young people are eager to explore the wider world, seeking new experiences and opportunities, yet they also feel a deep sense of loyalty and attachment to their community's traditions and stories. This tension between old and new creates a complex landscape of cultural identity, where adaptation and preservation must coexist. In response to these challenges, some Waorani communities have begun to engage with the outside world through the medium of tourism. They organize guided tours, demonstrate traditional hunting techniques, and share stories of their ancestors with visitors. This approach serves a dual purpose. It provides a sustainable source of income and economic support while offering a platform for cultural exchange. Visitors who come to learn about the Waorani way of life gain insight into their history, customs, and connection to nature, fostering mutual understanding and respect. Tourism has thus become a vital tool in their efforts to preserve their cultural identity while adapting to the modern world. It allows the Waorani to showcase their rich traditions, pass them on to outsiders, and see the value of their heritage through new perspectives. For many young Waorani, this interaction offers a renewed sense of pride and purpose, as they realize that their culture can be a source of strength and resilience in a changing global landscape. Nevertheless, not all Waorani communities are willing to embrace outside influence. Some prefer to remain isolated in the depths of the rainforest, choosing to live away from the encroaching reach of modern technology and outside ideas. These groups see their remoteness as a safeguard for their cultural integrity, and the choice made by the Waorani people underscores their deep-seated desire to preserve their traditional way of life, a way of living that has remained largely untouched by outside influences for generations. Resisting external pressures and interventions has become a fundamental aspect of their identity, rooted in a profound commitment to safeguarding their cultural independence. The Waorani, an indigenous tribe inhabiting the upper Amazon basin of Ecuador, possess a history that is both rich and compelling, woven with resilience and steadfastness. In their early history, these people lived a nomadic existence, moving through the lush forests and riverine landscapes as gatherers and hunters, relying entirely on the bounty of nature for their sustenance. Their lifestyle was in harmony with the environment, a symbiotic relationship that allowed them to thrive within the intricate ecosystems of the rainforest. However, this way of life began to change dramatically in the mid-20th century, particularly after encounters with missionaries and oil workers during the 1950s. These encounters marked the beginning of a shift from their traditional nomadic existence to more settled, village-based living. Despite the encroaching influence of modern society, the Waorani have consistently demonstrated remarkable resilience in defending their cultural independence. Throughout history, they have resisted attempts by powerful empires, colonial forces, and now modern industries, be it oil corporations or religious missions, that threaten to undermine their sovereignty. Over the decades, their ancestral lands have gradually diminished in size due to external pressures, and today, they face pressing challenges such as deforestation, oil extraction, and land grabbing, issues that pose serious threats not only to their way of life but also to the delicate environment they call home. Despite increased contact with the outside world and the growing influence of a monetary economy, the Waorani remain deeply connected to their land. Many continue to depend on the natural resources surrounding them, rivers, forests, and land, for their daily needs. These natural elements provide them with food, medicinal plants, and materials essential for their traditional rituals and cultural practices. Their spiritual and cultural identity is intimately tied to the land, which is seen as a sacred space that sustains both their bodies and their spirits. The population of the Waorani, often referred to as Iranians, is estimated to be between 2,000 and 4,000 individuals. These communities are dispersed across numerous small villages scattered throughout their ancestral territory within the Amazon rainforest. Although they hold legal rights to approximately 800,000 hectares of land, the vast underground resources such as oil and natural gas lie under the control of the state, complicating efforts to protect their territory. This situation has ignited ongoing debates concerning environmental conservation and land management, as the potential for resource extraction threatens to disrupt their way of life. The lands of the Waorani have garnered increased attention due to the presence of substantial oil deposits lying beneath the lush tropical forest. The prospect of exploiting these resources raises serious concerns about the future sustainability of the Waorani community. The forest provides everything they need: food, medicine, shelter, and holds an essential place in their cultural and spiritual beliefs. Any harm inflicted upon this land could not only displace or endanger their communities but could also accelerate the destruction of the Amazon rainforest itself, often called the lungs of the planet because of its vast capacity to produce oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide. Oil exploration and extraction in the Waorani region began during the 1980s. Initially, the western part of their territory, known as the Postesa region, remained untouched for many years, offering a glimmer of hope for the preservation of their land and culture. However, this fragile balance was broken in 2012, when the Ecuadorian government awarded development rights for Block 22, which encompasses most of the area. This decision ignited alarm among the Waorani and other indigenous groups, prompting them to take action. In response, a group of Waorani elders traveled to meet with other indigenous peoples in northern Ecuador, witnessing firsthand the environmental, social, and health consequences wrought by decades of drilling and resource extraction. They returned with a profound sense of concern, sharing their findings and fears with their community. United by a shared resolve, the Waorani community decided to take proactive steps to prevent similar damage from occurring again. They created detailed maps highlighting key areas that needed to be protected, developing a strategic plan aimed at countering destructive development projects. Furthermore, the Waorani have begun collaborating with two prominent organizations dedicated to indigenous rights and environmental protection: the Alliance Seba Coalition and the Amazon Frontlines Organization. The Alliance Seba Coalition unites four indigenous peoples of Ecuador: Kafan, Sikope, Siona, and Waorani, working together to defend their collective interests. With the support of an international team of specialists, these organizations assist in implementing a variety of initiatives designed to safeguard their land and culture. Their efforts include installing clean water systems to ensure safe access to drinking water and providing legal support to defend their rights against encroachments and illegal activities. Through these collaborative efforts, the Waorani are actively the inhabitants of Urania took a profound step to assert their deep-rooted connection to their ancestral homeland by meticulously creating their own detailed maps. These maps served not merely as geographical representations but as powerful symbols of their cultural identity and unwavering commitment to defending their territory. Through this act, they aimed to garner broader support for their cause, rallying others around the importance of preserving their land and way of life. However, the strength of their resolve was put to a severe test in the year 2018, when the government of Ecuador announced a plan that threatened to undermine their very existence. The authorities proposed to auction off a significant portion of newly discovered oil fields, which would potentially open up more than 7 million acres of lush rainforest to industrial exploitation. This vast expanse included regions of land in Urania that had previously been the focus of detailed mapping projects, areas rich in biodiversity and cultural significance. The looming threat of oil exploration in these ecologically sensitive zones prompted the people of Urania to take decisive action to defend their homeland. In response to this imminent danger, Urania initiated legal proceedings, filing a lawsuit aimed at safeguarding their territory from destructive development. Their fight was bolstered by the backing of various organizations, such as Amazon Frontlines and Digital Democracy, which played pivotal roles in amplifying their voice. These groups helped distribute the community's maps and messages through online platforms, part of an extensive campaign designed to raise awareness and rally support. The maps they shared not only showcased the region's incredible biodiversity and cultural richness but also vividly illustrated the imminent threats posed by unchecked oil exploration. Through these efforts, they sought to emphasize the importance of protecting this irreplaceable environment and cultural heritage from irreversible damage. The legal battle culminated in a landmark court ruling in the year 2019. The judiciary found that the Ecuadorian government had failed to conduct adequate consultations with the indigenous community before proceeding with plans for oil development. Recognizing this oversight, the court declared that the disputed site must be excluded from oil extraction activities. As a result, approximately 500,000 acres of pristine rainforest were preserved from industrial intrusion. This decision not only protected a vital ecological zone but also established a significant legal precedent. It underscored the rights of indigenous peoples to have their voices heard and their lands respected, setting an inspiring example for indigenous communities both within Ecuador and across other nations. The process of creating these maps was in many ways as significant as the maps themselves. It involved inclusive workshops held within local villages, where elders and young community members collaborated closely. During these gatherings, they recorded invaluable cultural and ecological knowledge about their land, stories, traditions, and observations passed down through generations. This collective effort fostered a sense of unity and strengthened their resolve to defend their homeland. The collaborative nature of the mapping process reflected their shared desire to preserve their cultural identity and natural environment for future generations, serving as both a practical tool and a symbol of their collective strength. I hope you found today's story inspiring. If you enjoyed this narrative, please consider sharing your thoughts and impressions. Remember to support our work by engaging with the content. Your encouragement allows us to continue producing more compelling stories about communities fighting to protect their lands and cultures. Be sure to watch the next video that will appear on your screen, as I am confident you will find it equally fascinating. Also, don't forget to leave a comment telling us which country or community you would like us to explore next. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.